You're listening to Fast Facts, Ask the Expert with Machell Hudson-Hoover. Welcome everyone into Fast Facts, Ask the Expert, Oral Systemic Edition with Machell Hudson-Hoover. Machell, thank you for making time for us.
Hey, Andrew, really excited to be here and excited to hear my question today.
Okay, so I think this one is kind of foundational. Like this is bread and butter, what we should be doing for every patient. So the question is going to revolve around blood pressure and specifically those that have high blood pressure. Like how important is this that we are evaluating and documenting this?
It should be mandated in every state. It's critical. So just what we know, let's just talk about facts. 1 in 3 adult Americans has high blood pressure. Only 1 in 4 are controlled. Now, how many of your patients that when you're reviewing health history and you ask them to explain their high blood pressure medication to you, they say, I don't have high blood pressure, because they think because they're taking a medication that they have, high blood pressure. So you really get to be a vehicle of information for your patients. It's important to know, just like A1C testing, we're not diagnosing our patients. We're simply screening. And in our country, we're dying younger. And that's really scary. And one of the leading causes of death are going to be these due to metabolic conditions, blood pressure being one of them. And guess what? Guess who your patients see more often? You are their physician. You. So you get to be a screener for them and you get to potentially save their life. And I promise you, I've saved patients' lives and I'm so blessed for that. So what are we looking for? We're looking for patients that have metabolic conditions in their health history. We also know, let's talk about responsibility. Have you ever thought about how, cause of blood pressure? Have you ever thought about their periodontal disease being the cause or exacerbating their high blood pressure? Most people don't think about that. So let's talk about just a couple of studies. We know there's this INVEST study where it was a diverse study. So they looked at men and women. It was very diverse. And they looked at metabolic conditions. They also looked at periodontal pathogens and then, of course, lifestyle, were they smokers, etc. And what they found is that on average, if you have the 5 high-risk periodontal pathogens, that you were systolic 9 points higher, diastolic 5 points higher. There's another study from the American Heart Association where otherwise healthy patients that have high blood pressure, it is due to periodontal disease. I could go on and on. This is a well-researched topic. So what you're doing is you're actually looking for root cause of periodontal disease that also could trigger down to cascade effects systemically. Again, potentially saving your patient's life. What I also want to add to this before we close is my patient, I referred him to their physician and their physician laughed and said, don't listen to your dental professional. And this is probably what I hear more from my coaching clients than anything else. And what I want to encourage you to do is to record 3 readings in your office. I want you to then send a referral. Now, if you have a high risk patient, send them to the emergency room. However, the majority of your patients, you're going to have them keep a record, schedule an appointment with their physician. You're sending a referral, you're writing a referral, and have them record their blood pressure first thing in the morning and then different times of the day, different emotions. And then that way, when they take that to their physician, they have a record. It's not just what their blood pressure was in your practice. You will not have a patient come back and tell you that you don't know what you're talking about.
I love it. Some of the things that we've talked about on your episodes are kind of complicated, but this is something that everyone can do. Everyone should be doing. I'm so grateful that you were presenting this today. If someone had any questions for you, how might they reach out to you?
rdhhealth. And you can also reach me at Integrative Dental Coaching. And I also really just have to add one book, Andrew, and that's The Blood Pressure Blueprint by Dr. Ellie Campbell. And it's a must read for all healthcare professionals.
Great. I'll put that in the show notes. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for listening to Fast Facts Ask the Expert. If you have a topic you'd like one of our experts to answer, simply email me, Andrew at ataleoftwohygienist.com, and we will get it on the air as soon as possible. Thanks for listening.